Y'all, the first drop event is almost done, aka the RNG to be able to get your Lapras EX is here. So let's talk about how did it feel? How did it go? And do you still have your 2 Lapras EX? Let's just get into it. What up, y'all? Today we're gonna be focusing on like the drop events, what they mean, reviewing the one that had just passed or is about to end up, and what's coming up next, so that way you all are prepared, so that way this doesn't feel as RNG heavy as the last one. So our first drop event of being able to obtain not only 2 new mechanically new cards in terms of Lapras EX and the new Mankey promo, we also had the chance to earn other promo cards, just kind of like skins for the cards that we already had in terms of like Clefairy, Pikachu, and Butterfree. Data miners were able to open up like, hey, here are kind of the odds of what if things were happening, so let's go through that together. So Butterfree, you actually had a 15.8% chance of getting it. Pikachu had a 23.8%, basically 24%. Clefairy basically is 24%. Mankey 24%, and Lapras had the lowest odds at 12%. So if you are a person who's like, I'm on my 30th or 40th or 50th pack, I haven't been able to hit the Lapras, that is because Lapras is the lowest odds. So if it felt bad, that's the reason why. And for those of you who are like, yo, I got 7 of these, you're lucky. You're so lucky. But good for y'all. So essentially what happens is this credit goes to data miner Rayon X for finding these numbers. But each time you open up a promo pack, the server generates then a random promo using those odds and gives it to you. So over this full duration of the Lapras event, if you do all of the free battles, you should be able to obtain 45 to 48 promo cards. 2 promo cards per day for 14 days, 5 promo cards for the initial stamina, and then 15 promo cards from the hourglasses, minus like a couple of those that are in there due to the lower difficulties not always giving you a promo. So essentially, just keep attacking the expert with these last couple of days before the event is over. Let's just say that you have 45 promos obtained. That puts at odds that you do not obtain 2 copies of Lapras EX at about 1.7%. So if you're unlucky like I am so far, if you are in that 1.7%, yo, just let me know down in the comments, because I'm hurting here, y'all. I need this second Lapras EX, but like we're hoping that we can get it, and if not, possibly trade for it in January to come once trading is open. Now, what does this mean for us? What does this mean for drop events that are coming out in the future? And in terms of like what to expect and like how can we prepare to get the cards, and I put that in quotes, that we want, right? Because essentially you can't pay for the cards, you can't craft the cards, you have to like log through this if you're not unlucky. Well, if you are unlucky. So here are the next promo odds. Like we're kind of gonna go through like all of the cards that we have here, and then just kind of share out like what are the odds are for them as well. And so that's going to be exciting. This new promo set is going to be featuring VENUSAUR as just kind of like the new thing to like get at, the new pretty thing. It is awesome. The art is beautiful. I think they've done a really good job here in terms of like trying to get people excited for like the next drop event, and like that's great. So the feature up first is VENUSAUR, and it is mechanically the same as the VENUSAUR that we have, the normal VENUSAUR, but as always, the promo just adds a new skin to it. I find this art 100% beautiful, and I'm aiming to get at it as much as I can. The card works are the same: 4 energy, Mega Drain 80, but it heals 30 damage. But the odds for this, however, of getting it is 12.6%. Now, my take on this is that like it has the same odds, similar odds to the Lapras EX, but what's really good about it is that the card functionally is the same. So now we go from brand new card that is much harder to get to I already have this card, and now even though the art is like the full art and it's beautiful, but I don't necessarily need to have it. And I think that's such a great call. I think Pokemon Pocket must have been like on the forums or Twitter or whatever they were to gather like, hey, maybe we make the newish cards higher odds so that way people have more fun playing them, having more chance to get them, and I like this move. And speaking of functionally the same cards, we have Greninja here, different card art, but again, definitely the same. The ability is the same, the attacking is the same, nothing has changed, but this art is different. Let me know, which one do you like better? Do you like this Greninja? Do you like the old Greninja? I'm happy, again, being able to net 2 of these if I can. I definitely like the new shiny thing, and we'll definitely switch out for these. But if I don't get them, I'm not going to be upset. This has the next lowest odds to receive as well, as this is only going up to 15.8% in order for you to get it. Am I going to be upset if I don't have it? No, because once again, I already have Greninja. For those of you who don't have Greninja, however, and I think I can say the same thing for VENUSAUR, is now you actually don't have to use your pack points, because here is another chance to get the cards. So if you're missing these, here is a free to play way. Make sure that you engage in this drop event, because now you can get the cards, because VENUSAUR and Greninja are really good, especially to have. And when people tell you don't play, why don't you just play the EX version? While there's advantages to that, playing a regular VENUSAUR means that you only lose 1 point if it goes down. So it still works. It still works. It still works. It still works. The last of our functionally the same card but different skin is Onix. This is a cool art. It's pretty trippy. I like it. I don't know if you're a fan of it or not, but I think this looks cool. He's taking a nap. There's Digletts above him, and I think it's pretty sweet. I just, again, love the fact that it has the promo sticker that's on there, so I really want to go for it, and I'm actually excited to build around it. It definitely gets complemented by Brock if you haven't, and then, you know, maybe Onix will find a good home. Now that people are going to be excited to try out the new thing, maybe we'll see a bunch of new deck lists for it. For this mon, the odds shoot up significantly to 23.8%, basically 24%. So you have a quarter of a chance of receiving this when you're opening up the promo packs. So while Onix is like, okay, it's kind of mid, hopefully we can make it work, especially now that Onix is going to be in the forefront of people's minds. Now let's get into the fun part. We have Haunter. This Haunter is now new, and we're just going to jump ahead to the odds because we want to talk about this Haunter. It's 24%. So like when I talked about the Venusaur being great, that it's at the lowest odds, Haunter being new in terms of the attacks that it does is now able to jump up to 24%. So you have a higher chance of getting a new card, and that always feels good. Unless you don't get it, and then it feels bad. But the chances are much better in your favor. Here are the 2 Haunters up on the screen for you, so that way you can note the difference. The Haunters that we have access to now has 80 HP, and then it deals 30 damage for 1 energy, whereas Promo Haunter has 10 less HP, but it can attack for 1 energy for 50, which is a big deal, jumping up at 20 damage. However, you have to flip coin, and if it does tails, then you don't hit. So on aggregate, you're hitting for 25 on average, so it's like less health, and then like on average is less, like 5 damage less. However, if you high roll and hit 50, like that feels pretty good. Like I'm not upset about that. So I think it'll have some give and takes of like as to which one is used better. Sometimes if you're trying to build up and you have the Haunter up front, 80 damage versus 70 damage means a lot in terms of keeping that, so that is great to have. But here's your review here. Which one do you like more? Do you like Promo Haunter more? Do you like your regular more? Do you find it situational? Let me know in the comments below as to like what you think you'll be using for future decks. And then the last promo card I think that is going to be a huge jump here is Jigglypuff. It is going from 60 HP to 2 energy needed for a pound for 30 to, oh my goodness, y'all, to 1 energy, 50 HP, where you put your opponent to sleep. Now you're losing the damage, however, that first sleep is massive. Now you can play around with evolving into Wigglytuff, which only needs 2 energy to attack, or Wigglytuff EX, which continues the sleep pressure. So I think we might get into a fun fun meta of sleep right away because of that just one energy. If you're going second, you have Jigglypuff in the front, that is automatically is going to start to slow your opponent down as you're building up. So I like this a lot, and y'all, the odds to get this is 24%. So once again, I think Pokemon Pocket learned, here are your 2 new cards that like have different text for you, but they are the highest odds for you to get. So hopefully you can crack these open, play with them. I'm excited to try out new Jiggly. We'll see where new Haunter fits, but this right here, this is the card that I'm excited to build with, to play around with, and see what we can do with this card. So there are 2 more cards coming. That is this Bulbasaur and that is this Magnemite here for y'all on screen. Functionally are both the same. They just have the Chansey Wonder Pick event tag on it, and it's just different art. I like them because they feel like a throwback, but like the Magnemite especially because I think I have that card somewhere in my basement or wherever where I hold my Pokemon cards. But this is cool here. I like it a lot. But the Chansey events have been really fun because you get the bonus pick, which is like for free. You get the 1 card and just kind of like the other resources attached, or you spend 2 and like you target which one that you have. So I'm excited for this. I was able to get 2 of each from the last one with the Meowth and Chansey, and hopefully I can net that as well too with this Wonder Pick system going on. So y'all, that is it. So much information is coming out. Plan accordingly. Feel better about the cards that are coming out because it will feel better. It will feel better. And may the odds forever be in your favor. If y'all enjoy this content, y'all, please go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, drop down some ideas of what you want to see next covered. I'm excited to hear it. Until the next time, y'all, bye-bye. Peace.